Hi folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check the description box, links, website, social media, other videos that relate to this topic. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Time is valuable. You're spending it with me. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been able to do the friendship videos, the men's group videos. So this one is going to be on raising a family. I don't have the printout because I left them at my cousin's, but I've got my computer here, so that's why I'm scrolled down here. So this is going to be on raising a family. You know, a lot of men, they have that, they have that urge to want to get married, raise a family. My friends are no different. I myself am starting to get into that mode. I never really put much thought into it, really didn't care about it, but I am getting into that mode now. So a change in my life. So we're going to start with Deuteronomy 6:4-7, and this is just saying, basically, God wants you to love him and put him above all things, right? We must be able to love God first. If you can love God first, give God your all, you will definitely be able to do the same to anyone else because God is love, right? So we must learn how to truly love so that we can love those around us. So that's pretty much what that one is about. And it's teaching your children the same thing, teaching your children true love and true compassion, and really being there for your children. So next will be Psalms 103:13. And this one, it's a short one, so I'll read it. As a father has compassion for his child, so the Lord has compassion for those who fear him. And I was reading in my Bible a while back, and we have that word fear. So we get that misconception, oh my goodness, I must fear God, da 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 da. What the Bible said there, as in the ancient times, the word actually meant just knowing God, understanding God, building a relationship with God is what the word fear actually meant. It's pursuing God, right? So that's what it really is. It's just making sure that we are pursuing God. And that's what this is. That's my little note there. It's the same thing with us. It's teaching our children about God, right? Or about your values. Same thing, right? That's what we need to do. We need to share our values. I have it down further on there. I'll get to it when I get there. So next is Proverbs 22:6. Train children in the right way, and when old, they will not stray. So once again, it's the same thing. It's raising your own children, not letting the TV raise them. When you go out to eat nowadays, everybody's on their smartphone. Children's on their smartphone. The thing I saw a couple months ago, which I thought was really kind of bad, is Chili's now has tablets on there to where the children can just play video games the whole time. We need to stop letting outside influences raise our children, and we need to get back to raising our own children. And it can be difficult. We're tired. We're at work. All these things is something that I'm going to struggle with if I decide to have children down the road. Right now I don't have children. So, some people will say you shouldn't be speaking on the topic. I have my goddaughter. I hang out with her as much as possible. And like I've told her, when you're around me, it's how I go. Funny story, I'll bring that up real quick. So we were over there after church, and there's a little one there, and she asks him, can I change the TV channel? And he starts throwing a fit, no, blah, blah, yelling at her and stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, I look over at her, because she's 12, the baby's 3, I look at her and I go, Sky, you're the adult of this conversation. You don't ask for permission, just change the channel. And she told me, well, the remote's by you, so I just changed it, because it was on cartoons. No offense to people. I'm an adult now. I don't watch cartoons. But he starts yelling at her, and then she goes, I didn't do it. It was Nino. It was Nino. And he looks at me, and then quiet. He didn't say anything. I said, see, Sky? I told that's the same thing when we're in my car when we're driving to church. If it was up to you, we would probably be listening to KS 107.5. We're here in Colorado, so that's our hip hop station. I was like, but you know what? We're in my car. I'm the adult of that situation, so we listen to Christian radio, talk shows, talk radio. That's what I listen to. I try not to or D1, the Christian rap. That's what I listen to. So you're going to listen to what I want to listen to, what I think. I don't want to corrupt you with what garbage is out there in the world today. I'm going to do what I think is best for her. So next would be Proverbs 23:13-16. And this is just do not withhold discipline from your children. So it's always just disciplining your children. And then at the end it says, "My child, if your heart is wise, my heart too will be glad. My soul will rejoice when your lips speak what is right." And this is where I think we as adults just need to realize that we didn't live a perfect childhood, and don't be afraid to talk about these things with our children, right? We need to be open with them, have that line of communication like we do with our wife or our significant other. So, nowadays you don't understand. You're not they act like we were never children at one point, that we never went through these difficulties, which we have. So it's our job to talk about those difficulties because we've been through the same thing. It might not be as crazy because we didn't have the internet and all these other things, but we should still be able to talk about it with our children. And we got Proverbs 23:24. And it's the same thing. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He has begot a wise son to be glad with him. Let a father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice. Proverbs 29:17. Discipline your children, and they will give you rest. They will give you delight to your heart. And that's the same thing. We know when we struggle, child's first day of school, their first sleepover. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Are they going to call me? You're staying up all night. We just got to make sure that we are open with our children, raising our children correctly, our beliefs, trying your best to connect and communicate with our children so that when they're out there in the real world, they're going to approach these situations properly. So never be afraid to talk about your children about any topic. Next would be Sirach 33-9. This is a big one. But once again, it's about raising our children. And everybody always says in raising our children, we want to give them the life we never had. And unfortunately, what I've got down here, some of the notes, the unfortunate thing is we think giving our children a better life than we had was buying them a bunch of crap, the newest iPod, the newest Jordans, the newest this, the newest that. When to tell you the truth, I came from a broken home, no father there. I probably needed a father figure around, right? I probably needed more love, more attention. I didn't need more crap. I didn't need more toys. I didn't need any of that. I needed more love and attention. I needed to be around my family more, right? I needed to feel accepted more. And the unfortunate thing is, life gets hectic and we don't feel that way. And sometimes our children don't feel that way either. Next would be Matthew 12:33. Either make a tree good and its fruit good, or make a tree bad and its fruit bad. For the tree is known by its fruits. So it's the same thing when, there's kind of that saying out there. Well, I always heard it growing up, your children are going to be 10 times worse than you were. Something along those lines. So, the truth is, how are you? What example are we setting for our children? We need to get ourselves we need to get ourselves straight. Discipline ourselves before you can discipline your children, right? It's not about do as I say, not as I do. That's a bunch of BS, right? Be the good example that you want your children to be, right? Do the right thing so your children will do the right thing. Children at young ages are picking up all these crazy things. That's why 3-4-year-olds, you see them on Facebook, YouTube videos, they're just cussing up a storm. Oh, that's cute. No, it's not. If they're learning these things at a young age, imagine how crazy these children might grow up to be when they get older. So, it's pretty much, don't be afraid to discipline your children. Don't be afraid to open up and tell them your faults, your worries, the things that scare you in your daily life. Because these children nowadays are having these same thoughts. And then, of course, once again, folks, it's discuss with everybody, what do we want the next topic to be? Are there things that we have missed? And then, of course, with me, I'm always giving out some form of an inspirational CD, things like that. So with inspirational music, kind of uplift and get our minds in a different, in a different area. So there we go, men's group, raising a family. I hope this helped get a conversation going. Pick up off on, the relationship topics that I had, the friendship topics, whatever. Just get together, talk, bond. That's what we're missing as well, man. We are not bonding. So go ahead and bond with your fellow man, your friend, right? Open up to each other. It's going to have great benefits. So once again, I appreciate you spending the time with me. subscribe to the channel, share and like the video.